Okay, first of all, before this video even starts, spoiler warning. Like, huge spoiler warning. This whole video is going to be spoilers in case you couldn't tell by the title. So, spoiler warning, you have been warned. Everything else is going to be spoilers in this video. The comments are probably going to be filled with spoilers and everything. So, if you have not seen Shang-Chi and you don't want any spoilers, then please head out. And save the video, like it, whatever you want to do, click it to watch later. And then come back to it after you see the movie. Because I don't want to spoil anything for you. This one has great moments that I just don't want to spoil for you. So definitely make sure that if you haven't seen the movie, then don't see this video. But if you have, then hi, hope you're having a great day. You're watching JFG Entertainment. And for this video, I'm going to be going over my top 10 Shang-Chi scenes or moments from the movie. This movie was incredible, it was amazing, and it had a lot of memorable moments. So in this video, I'm going to be ranking them from worst to best to tell you my top 10 moments. And you should definitely leave your top 10 moments down below in the comments. I'm also definitely very curious to read your top 10 moments, so definitely leave them down in the comments. And I'll definitely respond, and I'm definitely down to have some healthier conversations. Maybe you even make me switch some of these spots. But definitely tell me down in the comments down below. But remember, this is my personal opinion for this list, and like I said, this movie was full of moments, so I'm sorry if some of the moments are lower than they perhaps seems that they should have been. Also, make sure to leave a like. I would very much appreciate a like. It helps a lot the video out, and if you enjoy it, then you should definitely leave a like. Please and thank you. Also, make sure to subscribe for a lot more Shang-Chi videos. I have an upcoming Shang-Chi spoiler review coming up. If it's not already out, if it is, then you can click the link right here, and if it's not, then it's definitely coming like a matter of hours. So definitely make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that spoiler review. Also, I'm going to be going over another video for the post-credit scene and where I think the rings come from and stuff like that. So definitely make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of that. Okay, now let's get started with this ranking. Okay, so to start things off, I'm going to put a bonus scene right here. And the reason why it's a bonus scene is that I wasn't sure whether to include it or not, because it's the post-credit scene. And I wasn't sure whether to include the post-credit scene or not. But the post-credit scene definitely is my bonus scene in this. Especially the karaoke with Wong and Katy and Shang-Chi. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, oh, that's so funny. While at the same time, the post-credit scene set up the future of the MCU for Shang-Chi and how it will interwoven with all these other characters. So it was definitely a great scene. I very much love seeing it. And like I said, the karaoke just stole the show for me. Especially Wong singing. That was so funny. And I absolutely loved it. So definitely my bonus scene for the video. Okay, now let's start with the top 10. So coming at number 10, that will be Katy and Shang-Chi hanging out together during the start of the movie. I thought those scenes were pretty cool, especially like whenever they're like talking about how they're mature enough, and then right after they talk about how it would be responsible if they went to sleep, but instead they ended up going to karaoke. And I thought that was super funny. It definitely helped build a lot of chemistry between them, and definitely helped me get sold on this relationship or friendship. It's more like a friendship. On this friendship between them, I was like, yeah, I definitely see how these people are friends. They definitely match a lot on friendship, and it was funny. It had charisma to it and everything. So it was just a great scene whenever they were doing karaoke, and like right before it when they were taking the decision to do it and all that type of stuff. It was a great scene. Like I said, it really helped sell the friendship, and that friendship was very important throughout the whole movie. So the fact that this scene could sell it a lot, it definitely helped the movie out. So that would be my number 10. Okay, now I'm going on to my number 9 moment or scene from the movie, and that was going through the forest into Talo. I'm probably messing it up, but going to Talo with Trevor Slattery, which is obviously the fake Mandarin, and Katy and Shang-Chi and his sister, and the little creature Morris. Oh, he was so cute. And then like leading the way and like coming really close with the car, and then boom, boom, like with the trees and everything. That really was a really great scene, especially Trevor Slattery. Like he completely sold that scene out. Ben Kingsley, I think that's the actor's name. He sold that scene so well. Talking about how he decided to start acting because of Planet of the Apes, which was so hilarious. I was like, what? Because the apes were really good actors apparently. It was so funny. And the trees and the CGI on the trees and the forest and everything on the bamboo, it was like incredible. It was like, wow, that looks awesome. And it was just like such a beautiful scene, just visually talking. And then once they get through it and they get to Talo, we see all these magical creatures like the fox, like this white fox, and like the phoenixes, I guess they're like firebirds, which is so cool. I was like, oh, this place is magical. And once again, it was also very, very beautiful. So it just this scene was definitely amazing for me. Everything in the scene worked. The comedy, the visuals, the wonder of the scene, and it definitely helped improve the story forward, like a lot forward. Took us into this whole unexpected place I didn't expect to go in this movie, which was going into a whole different dimension with like magic creatures and this whole thing that I did not expect. And I was like, yes, I love this scene, amazing scene. And like I said, Morris and Trevor Slattery like completely stole the scene, and it was awesome to see them back, to see Trevor Slattery back as to redeem him like from that fake Mandarin and give him like this other role like as an actor, which is like super meta. And Morris is so adorable, so cute. And then like whenever they were going through it, like Trevor just keeping like a great calm. And then like I remember like there was this one scene whenever like a horse passed, and then he was looking at Trevor Slattery, and he was like, "Why is he looking at me for?" That was so funny. That was comedy gold, and I absolutely loved it. So that's my number 9 scene, which is crazy. I did not expect to put this on my number 9 scene, especially since I loved it that much. But like I said, this movie is stacked of amazing scenes. So that's my number 9. Okay, the number 8 scene is going to be the opening scene, where we started seeing like the narration from the mom in Mandarin. And she's like explaining how she ended up meeting the father of Shang-Chi, which is Wenwu, and she's like talking about how he was conquesting these places since way back then, and we see like these people shooting arrows at him, and then he just using the rings and like blocking them. That was awesome. But the real thing that I'm talking about from this scene is whenever they first meet in that fight between in the forest of Talo. That fight was super awesome, super cool between Wenwu and his wife. But in that moment, obviously they had barely met, and he was trying to get to Talo, and she did not like that, so you had to protect it, obviously. And it was like this super cool fight with her using like wind powers against Wenwu, and Wenwu thinking like, oh, I'm gonna win this. He was so confident, and then he just getting destroyed, I think. And it was super awesome. And also it was like 100% a flirt fight. Like, wow, that was like 100% a flirt fight. In fact, I put an image here, but in that scene I was like, they're like, that's the moment when you find out that they're falling in love for sure. Like, it was amazing. I was like, that's a flirt fight for sure. Like, wow, what I was like, I'm sure that's where the spark started. And it was also like a very visually pleasing fight as well. Again, using the scenery from Talo and the forest with the bamboos and everything, and the green and the line. It was like beautiful. I really loved it, how it looked. And I just thought it worked so well. It was like majestic with the wind power and like the dad and the mom. You definitely start to see the chemistry, and you definitely feel like, yeah, these people are definitely like two people that are definitely attracted to each other. But at the same time, like, there's still a fight, and the fight is super entertaining as well. But it's not like the mom is not giving it her all. She's not like trying to kill him, but he is for sure. And it's just like something satisfying about like the win, being able to stop the rings and everything. I don't know. I just really enjoyed that super cool fight. I thought it was like a super elegant fight, and it was for sure a flirt fight. Like, that's my name for it, the flirt fight, because they were flirting 100%. And the choreography for that scene was amazing. Like the amazing moves from the actor or the mom. I need their names, I'm sorry. But whenever they were like spinning around and like the leaves were going around her and everything, it was beautiful. So that scene is definitely number 8, and that's saying something because, like I said, I love that scene. I really thought it was great. So this movie is just amazing. It has a lot of great scenes. But that's my number 8 scene. I absolutely loved it. I absolutely adored it. I'm definitely very curious to hear where you would put this scene on your list, because I think it's going to be on a lot of top 5s and a lot of top 10s. So definitely tell me where you put that scene on your list from the top 10 scenes from Shang-Chi. I'm definitely very curious. So definitely tell me down in the comments down below. Okay, moving on to my number 7 scene. And that's going to be when Shang-Chi and Katy are in the plane, and they're like talking, and he has to explain his past, because obviously she just found out like this guy can fight and all that. And then we go to a flashback of him whenever he was a kid, and how he was trained after his mother died and everything. And it was such an amazing, powerful scene from all viewpoints. It had amazing action, like the training that they made the kid do, and the teenager actor of him was amazing. Like whenever he's fighting all these 10 ring people, and he's like just fighting them, and he has like this knife, and he has to like defeat them all. That was amazing. And then like the relationship that they built with the debt dealer in him, and how he trains him, especially that scene that was so powerful to me, whenever Kid him has to be punching that wood thing, and then like his knuckles are bleeding, and then make him keep going, and he hits him and everything. The debt dealer hits him in the back if he stops, and all that type of stuff. It was just so powerful. But then obviously the Mandarin, and then it has like this emotion because like right after that the Mandarin gets him and he heals his wounds, which is like it has like emotion, like you can tell he cares about him, but at the same time he is like a very psycho version of caring about him. And it just builds on all these type of things. Like I said, it has amazing action. I was very impressed with that action scene, the training scene. Like I said, it was I was like, wow, even the training scenes are amazing. Then it has amazing cinematography, like visually it looks really cool, like it was snowing and everything. I was like, yes, 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 it looks amazing. So it also has emotion, like you can tell why he has so much resentment towards his dad and why he's so scared to go into back to his dad, because they really build it up in the scene. So it just overall works in all viewpoints, and I 100% love it, and that's why it's my number 17. Okay, my sixth scene is going to be, and this is going to be a huge one. Whenever the Great Protector, or in other words, the big huge dragon, is about to die, like he's getting, or she's getting, I'm not sure if it's a he or she, is getting the soul sucked out of them by the soul suckers. That's what I call them, but they're actually called the dwellers of evil, or of darkness. So that thing, like sucking the soul out and everything, that scene was so good because you can feel the stakes. You can feel like, okay, they're actually going to be screwed if this doesn't happen. You can feel Shang-Chi like trying his best, but at the same time, like his sister is falling from the dragon and he has to catch her and everything. And it's just like, okay, it's definitely building up, building up, building up, building up. And then Aquafina's character Katy shoots the arrow, hits the soul sucker in the throat, the big huge one. And then obviously the dragon gets his soul back and everything. And then we get this epic kill from when Shang-Chi like throws the thing to the water, and then the dragon is like pushing him towards the water. And then over here Shang-Chi's like floating in the air with the rings, and he puts them inside of the soul sucker, and then he starts making like them go around his stomach, and then like he just goes in and he hits it, and then like he completely destroys that thing. That was an amazing scene. Like, wow, it was so powerful. It was so cool. It was like, wow, that looks awesome. Like, that looks amazing, and it was so epic as well. Like, it just felt so epic. It felt so grand in scope with the dragon and the soul sucker and the 10 rings like going around his stomach. And then whenever he finally lands the punch, and the water just goes like, whoosh. Like, it was just amazing. I absolutely love that scene. It was a great scene. It didn't have like as much as emotion or nothing like that, but I just thought it was like super epic, and it was something like that huge thing that I was like, yeah, that's awesome, that's amazing, and that's why it's my number 6 in this list. Okay, number 5, and this is an amazing scene. Like, wow, amazing. And that scene is the bus scene. The bus scene was incredible in my opinion. The bus action scene, from like the way that the guys want the necklace, and then the Shang-Chi doesn't want to fight, and then they push Awkwafina's character Katy to the side, and that's when Shang-Chi loses it, and he just like starts beating the crap out of these people. It was so awesome. It felt so real. The martial arts were amazing. They weren't like cheap or nothing. No, they were awesome. And it just like the scenario of the bus gives it like this realism that I didn't expect that it would have. But it was like awesome. I was like, okay, the bus, like that seems like somewhere like real where this could possibly happen. And it was just like super cool, super awesome. And then like the way that they defeat these goons, like nothing, like okay, that was pretty easy. And then like the Razor Fist comes out, I think that was his name. And then like he starts fighting Shang-Chi with the arm and everything. And then the way that they lose the driver, oh no, they didn't lose the driver, the way they lose the brakes and everything. And it's just like, okay, it keeps ramping up, it keeps ramping up, it keeps ramping up. And then like they have to go drive the thing, but they can't because they don't have any brakes. So like crashing into these things, and at the same time these people are like fighting. The half is about to split, like the back plane is about to fall off and everything. And it was just so amazing. It was so well done. Like the fight, it was so impressive. I was not expecting those fights to be anywhere near as good. Like, wow. And then they throw in those jokes in the middle of it, which I thought were going to ruin the fight scene, especially whenever I saw the trailer and they added like that joke of we make a great team and everything. I was like, it looks like the jokes are gonna ruin that scene, but no, it just enhanced it. Especially that joke with the YouTuber or live streamer or whatever, and he was like, hey yo, what is up guys, today when we have this fight scene, and he's like, I know a little bit of martial arts myself, so I'm gonna be commenting on it. That was so hilarious. My whole crowd was laughing, like the whole crowd in my theater was laughing because it was hilarious, but at the same time then we go back and gasp by the action scene, and then like the glass breaks and Shang-Chi gets out of the bus and he has to come back in, and it's just this whole thing where I just thought it was amazing, amazing, amazing. And I couldn't think how that action scene could have been better, because honestly it was awesome, awesome, awesome. So 100% are a great action scene and amazing. I mean, perhaps like top three action sequences for Marvel, maybe top five, something like that. But it's amazing, amazing. For sure, some of the best hand-to-hand combat that I've ever seen. So amazing, amazing. Hugely impressed. And talking about amazing action, my number 14 is another amazing, amazing action scene, even better than the bus scene in my opinion, and that is the scene whenever they have to escape from the club, from the fight club, because the 10 rings are following Shang-Chi and his sister because they want the pennant. Oh, that was so awesome. I was like, wow. The way like they threw them out of the, they had to go outside from the like the building, and they had to like go through the elevator, and it was like just these sticks, and the fight scene there was so creative and so well done. Like wow, I was amazingly impressed with that scene. I have no idea how they filmed that scene at all, but I'm definitely very curious to know. But wow, that fight scene was awesome. The way that they had the things, and they were like trying to hit him. The way like he even grabbed the thing, he got electrocuted, but he was like, "Nah, I'm okay." And then like he hit the other guy and everything. The way that he used one of the boards there to knock a guy down, and then you can also feel like he wasn't perfect. They still knocked him down all the way down, and then hit the board. And everything, and it was just so well done. Like I absolutely loved it. And then they had like this extra tension where Aquafina's character Katy is like dangling out of a stick, and like it's about to break, and it's about to break. And you see Shang-Chi trying his best. He's not playing around. He's just dodging these guys left and right through these sticks. Or they're just like sticks. They're not even floor. It's like sticks. They have to like go through. And he's about to catch her, and then like he gets stopped just in time. Lucky for him, the sister joins in the action, and it just keeps going and keeps going. And then they take the sister's pendant, and then Shang-Chi has to chase the dead dealer down into the helicopter, and the guy's throwing like knife bombs and everything. And then we get like this super cool action scene with like the purple background and then, like the shadow fighting. Oh, it was so amazing. And you feel the tension between the dead leader and Shang-Chi, because obviously that was the trainer of Shang-Chi, and obviously he was not kind to him at all. So you just see Shang-Chi, yeah, he wants to beat this guy for sure. And then you're like, but can he? I mean, he hasn't been fighting for a while. Well, this guy has been fighting forever. And it was like this super cool action scene. Hit knives and everything thrown around. The camera work was amazing. It wasn't like I couldn't see the action. No, I could follow the action perfectly. And then like he's about to stab this guy, and then the Mandarin gets the 10 rings and then like takes off the knife, and it was like, oh crap, he's here. That's it. They lost. So like that was amazing. That was an amazing scene. Especially I was especially impressed with the shadow fight. I absolutely love those type of things, and it looks so visually cool with the purple background, especially. So I was like, amazing. Clearly my favorite action scene in this movie. It was just so well done for me, and I absolutely loved it. So for sure, my fourth spot, which is crazy to say because it's my fourth spot. It's not even top three. That's crazy. So much good things happen in this movie. Now moving on to my number third scene, and this was a very powerful one, very sad one. That was Wenwu's death scene. I was like, no, they're gonna kill him off. No, he was such an amazing character. I absolutely love Wenwu. I'm not saying like he's best, like the best, nicest guy ever. No. But he was so interesting. He was so cool. He had this sort of elegance, and that scene was really well done. Like the way he jumps to protect his son from the soul sucker, the something like that, whatever it is, and then like he takes him out of the way, and then the way that the soul sucker like gets his soul, and it's like taking him out, and he's trying to fight at the start, but then he realizes I'm dead, and the way he gets ready to give the rings to his son, and they don't even say anything. He's just giving him that stare, like, yeah, I'm okay with you. We made up. Like, we're good now. I can leave this world. I can leave the rings to you. You're strong enough to hold them. Earlier in the flashback, he was like, in order for you to get these rings, you have to show them that you're strong enough. Well, in that moment, I'm pretty sure he was thinking, you're strong enough to hold these rings now. And it was just an amazing, well done scene. I absolutely adored that scene. Then we get like all these flashbacks to all the moments between the son and the dad, and it really worked well. I was like, yeah, that works very well. And it's like, ultimately, after everything they went through, after every toxic thing, after everything of that, he still loved him. And Shang-Chi still loved the Mandarin. And it made for this great emotion. It didn't make me cry or nothing, but I was like, that was so well done. That was amazing. I especially loved the symbolism or the metaphor they were giving, where like him getting his soul sucked out, especially since it was like, despite everything that he has done, every bad thing, he still had a soul. You know what I mean? And now it's actually getting sucked out. Now he's actually gonna die. So like that metaphor was so powerful with me. I was like, oh my god, this movie, the writing team in this movie was genius, and I absolutely loved it. And like I said, you really felt like they still loved each other. They were still a father and son relationship, no matter how toxic it was. They were still love there. There was still some sort of care there, and it was like I just absolutely loved that scene. I thought it was very well done. The only thing I hate is like he actually died. I would have loved to keep seeing him throughout movies, but the way he went was so well done that I'm not even that mad about it. I'm just like, it was so well done. Great job. Like, it was an amazing death scene. Okay, now my number two scene. It was almost number one. It was like this close to be number one. It's just the number one place that I have in my list. The more I thought about it, the more I liked it over this one. So I was like, okay, fine. But this scene was Shang-Chi versus Wenwu. Whenever like they were fighting, and it was so powerful. None of them held back with either punches or words. I was like, wow. Like whenever Wenwu was like, you wouldn't even you just stood there and watched her die. Talking about the mother, obviously. It was like, you just let her die. You was just in the window. You were right there and you did nothing. You just let her die. I was like, wow, you hold back nothing. He was like, I'm disappointed at you for that. I was like, wow, that was powerful. That was strong. I felt that moment. I was like, he's right. Like, how is Shang-Chi gonna say he's wrong? Like, he's right. That is true. He did nothing. He just let her die. He was just looking through the window. I mean, yeah, he was a little kid, but like, he has a point. And I was like, it's true. Like, wow, it was so well done. I was like, that hit deep for me. And I was like, can you imagine for Shang-Chi? Like, wow. And they was like beating him up with the 10 rings, obviously. And then Shang-Chi comes back and he was like, we needed you, and you chose those rings over us. And I was like, so good. It was like so well done. And then like whenever he like threw this, he was about to hit him with the staff, and like Wenwu just grabbed it and then just like threw him forward and then started beating him up and everything. Like the fighting was so well done, but at the same time you felt like each fight was emotion, like they wanted to get this anger out of them. Like I was like, yeah, I was for rage, and I was in the scene. I was like, yeah, I hit him, and I was like, yeah, you hit him. I couldn't choose a side. I was like, both of you hit each other, like just beat each other up, bro. Like I can't choose a side. I'm mad with both of you. I was like, they both have great points, and I was like, oh, it was so powerful. It was so well done. And then Shang-Chi's like, even if mother was there, what makes you think that she would want to be with you, at least with the men that you've become? And I was like, oh my god, it was so well done. I was like, wow. He actually just disrespected his father like that in a terrible way. And then the father, you see, he got mad. He was like, he grabbed his rings and he just hit him in the stomach and then hit him again and threw him all the way down to the water. I was like, wow, that was so powerful for me. I absolutely love that scene. That's why it's my second place. It was amazing. And it let all the rage out that the movie had been building up towards. And I was like, and it didn't disappoint. It was amazing. It was incredible. And I absolutely adored this scene. Also, the line whenever he's like, this is what you wanted? Like, oh, yes. Because as we learned, that he was trained to assassin. He was trained to to avenge somebody, a blood death by a blood. So stuff like that. And then he was like, this is what you wanted? It was just so incredible to see Shang-Chi talk to that and that line. But then obviously his father comes back and everything, and it was great dialogue and everything. That the great dialogue really helped build that scene. It wasn't like the best action in the movie, but the great dialogue, the great emotion in that scene, it was just incredible. But for my number one favorite scene, that is going to be the flashback where we see the mom of Shang-Chi die, the death scene, and then we see that Wenwu sees that she's dead, and he goes and gets revenge. Oh my god, that scene was so well done. Starting with the death scene, I was like, oof, like, you know what, that she was going to die, and it was like, it made me feel comfortable watching it. I was like, I don't want to see her die. I just don't want to see this. And then Wenwu gets the 10 rings. He's ready to get revenge. He goes to that place is where the people that work for the guy that killed his mom. He goes to that place. He has the 10 rings. He's ready for revenge. And the room has like mirrors behind it. It's like this super chill place. And he goes and he breaks that table. And he has mini Shang-Chi there, kid Shang-Chi. And he goes and breaks the table and starts beating the crap out of these people. And you're like, yeah, beat the hell out of them. Like, he's throwing rings at the faces. He's throwing them out the window. He's hitting them in the face straight up with the ring and everything. I was like, oh my god, yes. And then the camera trick they do, where the camera is straight in the room, and the camera pans down around. You see the fight through the mirrors whenever the camera's looking backwards, and then you see the bodies getting thrown whenever it's like on the side. You see like the bodies thrown, and then it goes back to him fighting. Then it goes back to Shang-Chi's face reaction, where he's just like, "What is this?" I was like, "Yes, this scene is so good." It was a masterpiece for me. Absolute masterpiece. Like, wow. I could not believe how good that scene was. And like I said, one of the things that made that scene so powerful was that, yeah, you felt the Mandarin's pain. You really sympathized with him. And you were like, yeah, beat him up. Like, yeah, show them that make them pay for what they did. You're like, yeah, go do it. And then you see like that one guy, he asked him, "Where's your boss?" He's like, I don't know. And he's like, okay. And he like grabs the ring and he shoots it to his face. And like you can tell his face, it was smashed. Okay, that looked really strong. I was like, that face is smashed. And then you see Shang-Chi looking at the body, and he's traumatized. He's like, what? He's a little kid. Like, wow. And then you see him like the Mandarin, Wenwu or Tony Leung. He grabs his shoulders and he's like, blood deaths you pay with blood, or something like that. And it was so well done. I absolutely love that scene. He's like, you want to help me pay our blood debt? And Shang-Chi's like, yeah. Oh, it was amazing. And then we find out that the person that he was sent to kill a long time ago was the murderer of his mom, and he did it. He wasn't. You know how earlier in the movie he lied that he hadn't killed that guy. No, he did it, and he killed him. And I was like, this scene is just incredible. And then it cuts back to Shang-Chi present day, whenever he makes up his mind, and he's like, I'm going to kill my father. I'm gonna do what he teach me to do. And it was just like, yes, this is what I love to see. They both have great motivation, and it's just it really worked well all together. I just think that it just made so much sense. I really love the use of flashbacks in this scene. Like I said, you see the mom die, like you feel the pain, then you feel the rage, and then you absolutely sympathize with Wenwu whenever he's beating up those guys. But then you at the same time sympathize with Shang-Chi. He's traumatized. He's like, what? But at the same time, he knows, like, yeah, they killed my mom. I want to kill them back. And he does do it. But obviously he's filled with regret now. And now he wants to kill his father, because he believes that it was his father's fault that she died. And he wants to pay that blood debt. He wants to kill him. And it works so well in so many levels. It added so much layers to the movie that I was not expecting. And it really impressed me. I was really impressed with those scenes. It was by far my favorite scene. Like I said, it was a little bit close to the other one, the past one. But I think this one ultimately ended up beating it, like I said, because I kept thinking about it more and more and more. And I just fell in love with the scene. Like, that's the highlight of the movie for me. That's what I absolutely, like, when I was in the theater, I was like, this is so good. So yeah, that was the best part of the movie for me. Like, wow, incredible, truly shocking. Well, that was my top 10 Shang-Chi scenes and moments, along with an extra bonus that I put at the start of the video. So that was my top 10. I definitely am very curious to hear your top 10 down below. For sure, let me know what your top 10 is. I'm definitely very curious. I'm definitely going to read them. I'm definitely going to respond to them. And you can argue for some of these. You can be like, no, this one should be higher because of this. This one should be lower because of this. Definitely, you can argue with me. Just make sure to keep it healthy discussions, nothing toxic. But you can definitely have a healthy discussion with me in the comments down below. I'm definitely very open to doing that. Also, like I said, make sure to subscribe. I'm working on a big, huge, in-depth spoiler review that will come out very soon after this video. So definitely make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. I definitely think that if you enjoy this video, you're going to enjoy that spoiler review where I go even more in depth into the movie. So definitely make sure to subscribe for that, as well as make sure to leave a like. If you end up enjoying this video, I would definitely appreciate it if you left a like. It helps with the video a lot as well. So definitely make sure to leave a like. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And this is Dragon Entertainment. Out.